Good morning, morning, morning. So excited for you to be. Today I'm going to be riffing on why relationships break down, why relationships have lots of fights, and how you're going to avoid this in your next relationship. Let me know if you're excited. I'm super excited. So as you jump on, say hello. As you watch the replay, let me know so I can come back and connect with you. Any questions that pop into your head, make sure you ask down below so I can come back and answer any questions for you. So I'm super excited, but in case you're new to me, let me introduce myself before we get into the topic today. So I am Lisa Falconer and I'm a love coach, and I help single mums to believe in love again so that they can manifest an epic love life. And it is a big passion of mine. I can talk about it all day long. I've also got my famous hot mushroom cocoa that Angelique recommends, and it's really good. And so happy for you to be joining me. We're going to start now. This is going to be very unscripted. I've got no notes. I'm just going to be talking and ranting and giving you everything I know about relationships and what I've learned in my many studies plus my own experiences. So let me know if this is you, because if you're anything like me, this will probably resonate with you. Okay, I thought relationships were healthy when there was lots of fights. I thought it was a sign that it was a healthy relationship for some reason. I had friends in the past and they just had never fought. I'd never seen the relationships fight. I was like, they're never going to last because they don't fight. Like, that was what I believed. If you never had a fight in relationships, then you're not meant to be, and eventually it will end. Okay, hello, thank you for jumping on. So I was one of those people that thought if there was no fighting in the relationship, then it's doomed. It's just this fake, airy-fairy relationship that's not real. It's not true, because all relationships have fights and they have their ups and downs, and that's the way I've been raised. That's what I believed in. And it wasn't until I invested in my own coach when I was learning about all this stuff. When I first met her, I was like, she never fought with a partner. So obviously that's a fake relationship as well. And I didn't believe in that relationship, okay? And here's the thing, I was raised wrong, because that's absolutely not true. A healthy relationship is when there's minimal fighting. You're not supposed to be fighting all the time, okay? Just because you're passionate doesn't mean you need to be fighting. And here's what I know about the topic, okay? So in NLP, if I can even talk today, you learn about you don't know what you don't know. And it's the biggest thing that they believe in. So for instance, what you know or how you perceive something, the next person may not. And it's the biggest reason why relationships break down. Because everyone just expects that everyone perceives things the same as them. They all know the same as each other. And that's the number one reason why couples fight, or any relationship. It doesn't even have to be in an intimate relationship. It could be a relationship with your friends or any relationship that you're in. And they start to fight because you expect everyone else to see things the way you see them, and you just don't understand why they don't. You get frustrated, you get angry, and all of those things, and that's when fights start coming from. So tip number one is start realizing people only know what they know. So what you may perceive things, someone else might perceive things differently, and that is okay. There's no wrong way or right way to perceive things. You just need to know that there's your way. And the next person may not see things the same, and that is okay. So instead of fighting with them, understand that they're perceiving something different. So instead of shutting down and yelling and carrying on and thinking they're not listening or they don't know anything or they're silly, whatever, actually just use your words and have a conversation about it. Like, actually talk about it. The amount of times it's happened to me that I've actually started talking to people about it, because we're obviously on different pages, if you'll call it. It turns out we were just looking at it from two different angles, and if we didn't have that conversation, we would have no idea, and it would have caused another massive fight, okay? And it also goes down, so if you've got kids, how many times do you tell them, use your words, you know? I say it God knows how many times on a daily basis, and it's the same thing for adults. Adults say it to kids, use your words, but yet we don't use your words. We expect everyone to just do what we say, think how we think, say what we say, and then we get cranky and frustrated and angry when they don't, okay? So we need to kind of do what we say to our kids, really. The other thing is we are 100% responsible for our feelings, okay? It's another thing you learn in NLP. No one but you is the reason that you feel anything. Sure, stuff can happen to you. Partners can do stuff to hurt you, okay? I'm the first one to admit that partners have done wrong by me. But it all comes back to me. So how I feel, there's a reason for me. I can't blame that on anyone else, okay? Do I feel hurt? Was that because I didn't feel loved? Is it because I didn't feel worthy enough? Did I do something in the first place? Okay, so you need to start taking responsibility, because in relationships, what people also do is, I'm angry today, you've made me angry, you've made me upset, so therefore I'm not going to talk to you for the whole night, or I'm going to give you attitude, or I'm going to sigh at you all night long. Like, it's the most common thing that happens in relationships, again, and you wonder why relationships break down. Like, if you keep treating each other like that so often, every single time something happens, eventually you're not going to come home to a very nice, welcoming home, because you never know what to expect of the other person. Does that make sense? If you get stuck or get confused what I'm talking about, let me know so I can debrief. So before I move on to the last little tip about why relationships break down, let's summing up. 1, we are 100% responsible for our feelings, our emotions. So stop blaming on other people. Stop getting cranky at other people because they've done something to make us feel anything. It is all down to us. We need to work out why. Okay. The other thing is we perceive things differently, okay? And that's okay. We only know what we know, so you can't expect your partner to know exactly what you know, okay? You can't expect that they have every single thought, opinion, or everything about you. And you need to be okay with that if you want a thriving relationship, okay? Yes, how exciting! Moving on to the final tip, I'm super excited, is kind of more energy-based, okay? And obviously if you follow me, you know I'm a bit more of a law of attraction kind of girl. And the thing is, what you put out is you get back. Now, if you're talking about the physical sense or in the relationship side of things, so for instance, let's give some examples. If you cheat, you're a vibrational match for your partner to cheat. Okay, it could be emotionally cheating, could be physical cheating, whatever you want to call it. Okay, but what you're putting out, you get back. So if you put out that you're able to cheat, you're a vibrational match to be cheated on. Okay, so therefore you can't blame someone else for cheating on you, because it's up to you, because you're a vibrational match to it. Okay, you're allowing it into your life. Okay, so that's a very drastic one. I'm not saying that any of you are cheaters, whatever, it's just an example of it. Another example of it is lying. If you lie, you are telling the universe that you're a vibrational match for someone to lie to you. So guess what? The universe thinks that you want people to lie to you. So there's going to be people in your life that will then begin to lie to you. So do you see how these things is causing problems in relationships? Yeah, because obviously lying and cheating, two big issues that happen in relationships. Well, all you have to do is don't do what you don't want done to you. So change what you're a vibrational match to. If you don't want to get lied to, don't lie in relationships. Be completely open, honest, vulnerable, and you'll get that back in a relationship. If you're not open to cheating, then don't entertain the idea yourself. Simple. Don't even feel guilty of it. Like, even if you're not cheating, but you feel guilty of it, that's still saying you're a vibrational match to it. So even changing those things will change what you get into a relationship, okay? Which also leads into the final thing is communicate. I know that sounds simple, but so many people forget the key important thing. So am I unrealistic? Yes, me and my partner have, we haven't had a fight yet, but we get frustrated with each other sometimes, and that is normal. But the difference between us and my past relationships is we'll talk about what's coming up. Or like when we're going cranky at each other, we'll talk about what's come up. Why do we feel this way? And it's resolved then and there. There's no sighing, there's no crankiness, there's no name calling, or it doesn't carry on for days. It's like within that conversation, it's just gone, and we're like, yep, okay. and we're respectful of each other. That is the healthy relationship. Am I here saying that you'll never have a fight in a relationship? Hell no. Yes, things are going to happen all the time. But a healthy relationship talks about these things and resolves them then and there, so you can move forward, you can grow together, you can learn together, and not repeat these things that have caused issues. So you can keep moving forward together, because you need to keep growing together. The minute you stop growing is when it starts to die. Okay? So start being open, vulnerable, start being honest, start communicating. Communication is key, because with communication, you'll work out when you're perceiving things differently. You'll work out why the other person might be talking to you differently today. That you might find out that they actually don't know what you're talking about. Okay? You'll be able to resolve so many things by just communicating and being respectful and being open to each other's what they've got to say. It doesn't just have to be your way. Actually talking and listening and taking on board what the other person says, and then choosing to grow together and work through them together. Not just shutting down, nah, I don't like getting told that, and then turning a blind eye to it. We've probably all been guilty of that. But just learning to be open with your partner. And if you do these things, I promise you, your relationship won't die. It will just thrive. And it won't break down, because you're not doing those silly mistakes that society thinks is normal. And it's not your fault, because if you're like me, my parents, and every single relationship I actually know around outside me and my partner are filled with, the hostility, the sighing, I've got to spend time with you kind of attitude. So it's normal for you to then think that's normal and take it on yourself. But do you know what? It's not. It's not healthy. You don't want to, your whole entire life in a relationship like that at all. And we're supposed to be source energy. We are supposed to be love. That is who we are. So we need to start acting like it and growing on it and having the most epic love life possible. Okay, how amazing is that? So let me know what your favorite takeaways are from this video down below, so I know, so I can come back and connect with you. And thank you for watching. Feel free to share if you got some value from this, and I'll see you next on the next